Hi, guys. Getting near the weekend. Um, I will have some folks coming in here very shortly. So I'll just hang in here while the room begins to fill. I have quite a few announcements today. All right. Hey, we got someone in the room. That's good. I don't know if two people in the room. I don't know if you've seen, but Governor Newsom is moving into phase two of our recovery. So there are some things that are now going to be open to us that hadn't been open before. Counties and cities can adjust the openings as they see fit. In Los Angeles, there are going to be a fair number of businesses that'll now be open for curbside service. For example, bookstores. If there's a book you want to buy, you can pull up out front, tell them what you want, and they'll come out and charge your credit card or something like that. Same thing with clothing stores, as I understand. Among the things that are going to be open this weekend are hiking trails. Yay! So, for example, near me, hi Jackie. For example, near me, I'm looking out at the hiking trails of Griffith Park out my window here, and they will be open beginning on Saturday. So that'll be cool. All right, we are about to get underway. So, Ethan, hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, well, let's begin with an announcement. Probably early next week, Dr. Vyar, the superintendent president of Glendale College, will be sending you an email about fall classes at Glendale College. Enrollment for those classes is getting close to beginning. We're in the middle of enrollment for summer, and we're about to begin for fall. And for the fall, it's probably going to be remote and distance education for the fall. But who knows? Who knows? Things are slowly moving back in the direction of normal. But anyhow, we'll have that announcement from Dr. Vyar next week. I've had students who have had trouble with getting reliable internet access, and our library has an answer. You can now check out an internet hotspot from the Glendale College Library. You say, well, how do you do that? Well, if you go to the Glendale College Library homepage, I think it's the third link down, you click on it, and there's a form for checking out a laptop or a hotspot. And with the hotspot, I guess what they do is they lend you a router. And what's nice about a hotspot is if you have several family members who need internet access, oh, hey, one hotspot will certainly take care of that. So if you're having trouble getting reliable internet access, that's something you might want to take a look at. In other announcements, I got an email about GCC Pride Week. They are going to have some events. And so if you want to be filled with GCC Pride, well, there you go. There you go. Asian American Pacific Heritage Month is ongoing. And I was looking at their flyer, and they are going to have really a significant number of activities. These are generally Zoom sort of things. And I got to say, you don't have to be an Asian Pacific American to enjoy these things. I was just looking at their flyer about they're going to have somebody leading yoga through Zoom. Maybe I'll go to that if I'm free for when that's occurring. We had our live town hall with the local congressman Adam Schiff on Tuesday night. I virtually attended. There were about 145 people in the room when I checked, and it was a good event. Nearly all of the questions were asked by students, and they were really good questions. So that was a nice event. Yesterday, we had our on campus food bank. I've yet to get a report on that, but I assume it went well. If you are trying to figure out how to return your textbook at the end of the semester to the bookstore, you rented it, right? I have in the announcements section the bookstore's instructions on how you return a rental textbook. Glendale College has live Canvas support. So if there's something about Canvas that is just bewildering you, go to the announcement that has the link to live Canvas support, and you can actually get a Canvas expert uh, to talk you through whatever the problem is. Uh, if you are a major in one of the STEM fields, science, technology, engineering, and math, and especially if you are a Latina who is in one of those majors, there is going to be a Latina Power in STEM event coming up. Particulars in the announcements. Supplemental instruction. Next week, Stephanie will be going through chapter 11, the advertising chapter. So that's going to be at Discord. She's been getting a nice little group of folks. And so that's good. All right. Next announcement. This is the day of reckoning. Today, the term paper is due. I have been going through some term papers. There were the early bird term papers that got turned in, and now just the regular old, get it in by the deadline papers are coming in. So today is your deadline for getting those term papers in on time. So, a big part, as a matter of fact, of going to college is just getting it done. All right. Now, what you will be doing today. You will be finishing up chapter 11, advertising. If you remember, last time I had you go through the first 18 and a half minutes, and that was through the slide targeting gay customers. Today, you will start on the next slide, and that is the problem of clutter. And you'll follow that around to the end of the chapter. Now, before we get into the media note, I have the question of the day. And I think the question of the day has, really become kind of obvious, especially now as we're beginning to have some things opening up in our part of the world, including florists, by the way. But it's that drive-up service or walk-up service, where you tell them what you want and then they bring the flowers out to you. Yeah, that's one of those businesses that can now do that. Well, as you know, Mother's Day is fast approaching. So here is your question of the day. What do you usually do for Mother's Day? And what are you doing this year, under these unusual circumstances? What do you usually do for old mom on Mother's Day? And what is it that you're doing this year or planning to do this year? So let's light up the chat box and see what you got. While you guys are typing in their answers, I'll tell you, my mom is still around. And so last year, I took her to the Getty Center, and we had a very civilized lunch in the fancy schmancy restaurant there that has beautiful views looking out over the west side and the Pacific. My mom really liked it. This year, can't quite do that? So what we're thinking of doing is, first, we don't want my mom, who lives alone, to be isolated. Hi, Louie. I don't want my mom to be isolated. So what we're going to do is we're probably going to drive over or ride bicycles over to her place. And because she's quite elderly, if we meet her, it'll have to be outdoors, like on her patio or something, with us on one side, her on the other. And we'll bring in nice takeout food and promise to do something fancier once the crisis lifts. So anyhow, what do you guys usually do for old mom on Mother's Day? And what are you planning to do this year? Um, if somebody out there doesn't quite know what to do, your idea could be of great help. All right, Jackie is first up with an answer. My brothers and I usually take her out to eat, but this year we'll just cook her a meal at home. Yeah. Yeah, it's a whole different equation if you're living with mom. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, who else? Come on, guys. Ethan, Louie, whoever else is out there. What do you usually do for mom on Mother's Day, and what's the plan for this year? Because boy, there's not a whole lot you can do. I gotta say, I'm personally happy that the trails are starting to open up. Woohoo! All right. We got any other ideas? We're up to 6 people in the room. I guess this is kind of a low attendance day, but yeah, hopefully we'll get a few more. Ethan, usually get her flowers, take her out to breakfast, but now it's probably going to be a home meal breakfast. Yeah, yeah. I had some students yesterday who said, I clean the house for mom. And, you can see where that's a great gift because, oftentimes mom gets left cleaning the house or the brunt of it. Kevin, same, cards and dinner usually. Not sure yet this year. Hi, Armin, how you doing? How about those of you where mother is far away? What are you going to do for her? Louie, we usually go out for brunch and take her shopping, but this time we're not sure yet. Yeah, yeah. Well, I know that when in a normal year, when we take my mom out for Mother's Day, we oftentimes will do it on Saturday, to beat the rush. All right. Armin, doing well. Just submitted the assignment. Okay, cool. I'll take a look at your assignment. All right. Well, then I will move along to your media note today. The media note is in recognition of the advertising chapter, and it is called Advertising and the Coronavirus. And what it is about is what types of advertising are faring well, what types of advertising are faring badly during this situation, how is overall ad spending doing, and how are advertisers adjusting their messages to coronavirus. By the way, before I send you off, I want to tell you about something I'm going to do next week that'll be a little different. The trouble with doing these little multiple choice quizzes at the end of the media note is that they're kind of limiting. It doesn't allow you to analyze, right? So I think what I'm going to do for you next Tuesday is I'm going to pick out a couple of ads that they kind of get at the viewer on a psychological level. And instead of doing multiple choice, I'm going to have you do short answers for your points. And so I'll have to build a little rubric for it. I don't know. It'll be kind of an experiment. But anyhow, for today, go off to Club Media Note, listen to this story with advertising and the coronavirus, take the little quiz on Canvas, and remember, if you don't see the quiz, the way to do it is to go to the home setting and then scroll down to Media Note quizzes, and then you should find it. Then after that, after you've taken care of the Media Note, the second part of the advertising chapter, beginning with the problem of clutter. All right. Any last questions before I end the live stream? Let's see what we got here. Okay, guys, I'm going to end the stream, and momentarily I will be over at Canvas Chat. Hope to see some of you over there. Goodbye.